After 210 days, Bengals football is finally back. Hi again, everyone, and welcome into Cincinnati Bengals Talk. James Rapien here at Paycor Stadium, where the Bengals host the Steelers in what could be a classic AFC North showdown in today's season opener. And the Bengals coming off of that run to Super Bowl 56. This is the first time they've played in front of fans here at Paycor Stadium this season, and it's going to be an exciting time, even though the weather has not cooperated. It's raining, I would say, a mild rain for football standards. For my hair and equipment standards, well, that's why we're up here and not necessarily on the field. Gotta protect the hair. Of course you gotta protect the hair. But today's game obviously really it's an exciting time in Cincinnati. Just driving in downtown, and I was driving in the 8 o'clock hour. All right, I got here early, and a lot of people out already, tailgaters starting to crack open cold ones and get ready for some Bengals football. I'm anticipating a record-setting, record-breaking crowd here at Paycor Stadium, which they broke for the playoff game way back in January. It seems like way back, wasn't even that long ago. But look, this Bengals team, they come in favored against the Steelers. They're looking to win their fourth game in a row over Pittsburgh, which is something I'm not sure many would have thought, going back a few years ago when this series was sort of flipped. Today's going to be difficult, especially if the weather continues to trend in the direction that we've seen. Because if it does, and it continues to rain, and the ball is slick, and all of those things, I think that is an equalizer. I think that helps the Steelers, a team that I don't think is as talented as Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and company here with the Bengals. Now, this game was always going to be a tough one and is going to be a tough one regardless of the elements, so I'm not trying to make excuses or anything like that. I think that these two defenses are going to get off to really good starts, and I expect the Bengals defense to pick up right where they left off during that playoff run. And so we'll see if they can do that. Things I'm watching for on defense, I'm curious to see how they use Dax Hill, what packages they have for him. I'm told they do have multiple different packages for him on defense, some 3 safety looks. He obviously moved all around this preseason, but Jesse Bates is back, and he's expected to play a full allotment of snaps today against the Steelers. So it's going to be interesting to see how they use the 31st overall pick, Dax Hill. I'm also interested to see Zach Carter. How do they use him? Obviously, it's going to be in a defensive line rotation. Do they plug him in to half of that Larry Ogunjobi role? Is that instead going to be B.J. Hill? Speaking of Larry Ogunjobi, he's going to be on the field today, just in Pittsburgh colors, signing with Pittsburgh this offseason. So there's a lot going into this game. He's going to want to show everyone, including the Bengals, that he should have gotten a long-term deal. Show the Bears, after that deal fell through, that he's healthy and ready to go and capable of being a disruptor. On the opposite side of that, all eyes on the Bengals offensive line. This retooled, revamped, remade offensive line, that's a storyline that we've talked about for months and months and months. Lyle Collins, Alex Kappa, Ted Karras, Cordell Volson, the rookie out of North Dakota State, and Jonah Williams. Is this the 5 that keeps Joe Burrow upright, that opens up huge running lanes for Joe Mixon, that puts the Bengals in position to repeat? Because that's what we're talking about now, their quest to repeat, and it starts with an AFC North opponent in the Pittsburgh Steelers today. As far as injuries are concerned, Drew Sample, I anticipate him playing. I think, honestly, the slippery grass is a little weird. I do still think he'll play, and he'll be wearing that brace on that MCL, his left MCL, after, I would say, straining that a few weeks back. Mitch Wilcox, I expect him to play as well, the tight end that has been dealing with an ankle issue. And Trent Taylor, he tweaked his hamstring earlier this week. I do think he's going to play as well. So really, outside of Devin Asiasi, who's a newcomer, he was rolled out on Friday, joined the team last week, there aren't many obvious or big question marks when it comes to guys that aren't going to be on the field today. We will post actives and inactives, rather the inactives, at 11:30 sharp at allbengals.com. So if you're looking for them, we're recording this a few hours before that. So we don't have those yet, but we will post them at allbengals.com. Bengals football is here. Make sure you check out my prediction. I will say I'm still leaning Bengals. Weather, no weather, to me it doesn't matter. I think that this Bengals team is built to win in a variety of different ways. They can win with defense and running game. They can win with Joe Burrow throwing for 400-plus yards. Today, It might be a little bit of both, because to me, this Steelers defense is not going to want to let Joe Mixon beat them, especially in these elements. Instead, they're going to try to say, all right, well, let's make sure Mixon doesn't get going, and let's see if Burrow's going to push it downfield in the rain. Let's see if that slick ball is going to not necessarily hurt Burrow, but hurt this offense at all. Let's see if this offensive line can hold up against T.J. Watt, Cam Hayward, and company, because Cordell Volson, a rookie from North Dakota State, facing essentially one-on-one, and the Bengals will give him help for sure, but that's going to be a matchup where Cam Hayward is right there over the top of him. It won't be much of Larry Ogunjobi. That'll be on Alex Kappa's side. So we'll see how it goes here today at Paycor Stadium. I don't know who's going to win, even though I picked the Bengals. What I do know is we're going to have you covered every step of the way. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. We're going to have a post-game stand-up, instant reaction from the locker room, from Joe Burrow, from Zach Taylor. We're going to have it all right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. So I hope you're excited. 210 days in the making from the last time we did one of these pre-game stand-ups to right now in a game that matters. We're not counting the preseason, because why would we count that? So for Andrew Fox Miller, our channel coordinator, I'm James Rapien, signing off for now. We'll talk to you after the game. It's Bengals, it's Steelers, right here at Paycor Stadium.